Hi friends, welcome back to Arc Tutorials. This is JavaScript top 40 one-liners that every developer must know and must start using it in their daily projects. In today's episode, we are going to write a one-liner to check if a string ends with a given suffix, right? Now, let's say you're writing some application tax or insurance or something and you want to check or search add a functionality and say get me result if it matches ending with certain keyword, etc., right? That's where this one liner would particularly come into handy. Or even for that matter, let's say you're doing some kind of filtering, right, and checking that search only ending with this and this. So that's where this particular code snippet would come into picture. Let's see how to attempt it. This is part 12 of this series. Make sure that you have gone through the first 11 parts to learn such killer one-liners. And trust me, these one-liners are easy to learn and you would find yourself start using them most of the times when you're working. Alright, this is part 12. Let's get started. I'll throw in a simple HTML structure. And the reason I type it every time is because essentially I want to show our folks, if they are joining new, how to write it. That's the only reason I do it every time. Alright, so what are we trying to attempt? Now we are checking, we need to write a function. Now what it does is simply check if a string has a suffix ends with. So let's do that, ends with suffix. Now we'll have a string obviously which we'll have to compare, and we'll need a suffix that will check if it ends with, right? And the simplest thing that I can tell you is ends with. Okay, that's the string function we would use, and you can see it says search string and it would be the suffix that we will pass. That's all we need to do. Now to test it, let's do a console log and suffix. Now let's say arc tutorials, and the next is the one that I want to match it. Okay, so now let's see, it should be true because at the end the value is matching. Open with browser, open console, and you can see it's true. But now let's do some variations in it. Let's say if it has lowercase, it is saying false, right? So what you need to do, you might want to convert that string and to lowercase and then do that comparison, right? So we can write that logic on top, but remember this function will test for exact match. Okay, ends with will always check with the entire thing and not the partial. Okay, now let's say some other test. Now if I do hello world and tutorials, obviously it will say false because it's failing. Alright, so the idea is using ends with to check if certain string ends with certain thing. Alright, so you need to start using the inbuilt functions to the core in order to become more productive, in order to be more proficient in writing more performance oriented code. Alright, so learn this. That's nothing but string dot ends with. You can easily use that and write the logic to check if it ends with. Alright, maybe in the later stage I'll show you how to pipe it with lowercase and then check ends with, right? Alright, cool. That's it for today. In the next episode I'll keep bringing you more such thing. Maybe let's do a prefix, okay, and I'll also show you how to lowercase and all of that, maybe variations as we move. So in the next episode I'll show you how to check with prefix, okay, instead of suffix. Okay, no points for guessing. If it says ends with, the next one will say starts with. Obviously, let's see that in the next episode. Thank you so much for joining. Please do hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.